Well, hello, friends. Hey, guys, come on in. Come on in and say hello, friends. How are you tonight? What you eating, Walter? What you eating? No, let's not eat that. Walter's over here eating paper. How are you? Hello, hello. Come on in, say hello. Well, let me know you're here. I'd love to say hey. We're going to be making a little arrangement tonight. It's going to be so pretty. Can't wait to see how it turns out. So y'all come on in. As you guys are coming in, I am just going to pull together a little greenery, a few things for this arrangement. So come on in and we'll get started. So how's everybody been? Is today Tuesday? Yeah. Happy Tuesday to you. How you been doing? How's your week been going so far? So I'm going to make this arrangement here with these daisies or mums. I'll have to look to see what they're called. I think they're daisies. But they're so pretty. I'm just going to cut them all off. Hey, Danae, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Come on in and say hello, everybody, as you come in. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're watching from. Welcome, welcome. I am Karen Gresham, and you are in Crafty Creations Wreath Shop tonight, where we're making beautiful wreaths and florals for all your home decor needs. Tonight, I am getting prepared for a couple of upcoming craft shows, and I'm going to be doing some easy arrangements that are going to be affordable and perfect for Mother's Day. So I like to have, today's Wednesday. Thank you. That is how my week has been going. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I don't know where my week has gone. It has just been a blur. But it is Wednesday, isn't it? Good gracious. Hey, Miss Connie. Hey, Tanya. How are you? Michigan's in the house. Y'all, I'm doing good except for not knowing what day of the week it is. It's been one of those weeks, but I've been super busy at work and busy at home just getting ready for this upcoming craft show. We've got so many things. Lots of irons in the fire. Anybody else have that? So I'm going to be using this compote right here, and I've got a whole case of these compotes. And I think that they're going to be super cute. And we're just going to fill this one full of the little daisies. I'm just making quick and easies for my upcoming craft show. I have filled it with the gaps and cracks. I've put the gaps and cracks in here, got it filled in. And now we are just going to be filling it with some beautiful flowers. And if you're watching over on YouTube, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Y'all, you can find me over on the YouTube at Crafty Creations Wreath Shop on YouTube. And then, of course, right here on Facebook. So, we have a lot going on this month. Weekdays, weekends, not what they used to be anymore. Danae, I tell you, the weekends go so fast. This past weekend specifically, we had a birthday party on Saturday with over close to 35 people here at the house, and half of those were children, and half of the children were under the age of 3. So that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, we had Easter Sunday. It was kind of laid back and relaxing, actually, which was very nice. Very nice. So we are just going to fill this. I'm just going to fill this full of these beautiful little daisies. And this is going to be perfect to just sit around on a coffee table, an end table, a kitchen, nursing home. It's gonna be a perfect arrangement for that. Miss Diane, I am doing well. Hey Debbie, how are you? Hey, Miss Ruth, how are you? So the week kind of got discombobulated because I was supposed to. So I did my coaching in the Wreath of the Month Club on Monday night, and then Tuesday I was supposed to have the Q&A with my Success Circle, my craft show Success Society. Was supposed to have their Q&A on Tuesday, and my daughter-in-law was supposed to have some dental work done, and she needed me to take the girls to gymnastics on Tuesday. So I moved my Q&A with the Success Society to Thursday, and to do that on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I was supposed to, which is today, I was supposed to take my mom to, I had it on my calendar to take mom to the doctor and to get a haircut. And then discovered on Tuesday that the daughter-in-law did not have the procedure done. They wanted to do some further testing. So I didn't take the girls to gymnastics. And then today, I had Mama's doctor's appointment on the calendar for today and for next Wednesday. And she said, oh no, it's next Wednesday. So I didn't take her to the doctor today. And then I had canceled my hair appointment because I thought I had to take Mom to the doctor. It's been one of those weeks, y'all. It's just been one of those weeks. We're super blessed to have each day full of surprises, right? And so that's what I have been working with all week. I need to pull out my little... Do y'all have weeks like that? Where you lose track of everything? Hey Lizzie, how are you? I'm glad your supplies arrived. I hope that's going to help you get what you need done. So, I am planning, y'all, I've got a local vendors workshop coming up this Sunday where I'm going to be talking craft show strategies with some local craft show vendors here. And based off of that, I've decided to hold another craft show masterclass, y'all. So the last week of May, I am going to host another craft show masterclass. And if you've been thinking you wanted to take the class, but you've been holding out, you've been waiting, now's your chance. Now is the time. All right, I've got all of those in. Now I want to fill this in with some greenery. Let's see what I have here. I want some grasses. Have a little bit of grass. I need more grass though. I'm gonna have to walk over there and get some more grass. Making wreaths today. All right. So, in that masterclass, we'll talk about strategies for success, especially in economic times such as these. So, that will be coming up, so y'all watch for that announcement soon. And then, also, if you are local to me and you want a design, y'all don't forget, you can go ahead and hit me up now, and I can make your item and deliver it to the Cotton Fair or to market days at the farm. So y'all don't want to miss out on that. Y'all go ahead and get your orders in early. If you're not local and you want something, just let me know too. My Etsy shop is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And y'all, I need to start selling some stuff. I got way too much stuff sitting around. I've got to start selling. Okay, let me get some more grasses. I've got a couple more bags of grass. And then I think I might want to put just a tinge of this yellow in there. I'll put a tinge of yellow in there. So, turned away for a minute. Oh, Miss Connie, you know I work quickly. It's coming together. It is coming together. Just a few pieces can make it so pretty, can't it? And remember, these are quick and easy designs. These are things that are going to be very economical and very desirable for Mother's Day, for every day, something that could be utilized. I think about the moms who are in the nursing homes. They can't have big, elaborate things, but it doesn't mean they can't have beautiful things. And so we are putting some things together just for them. Okay, got a few grasses in there. And now we'll put a few little greeneries in there. I don't want those. I'll put some of these. So we have some birds called egrets here. They are bigger than a hawk but smaller than an eagle. And y'all, they have built a ginormous nest out in one of the pine trees. And I can see them from the porch and from my window when I'm getting ready in the mornings. Y'all, they're amazing. And I can't wait to see if there's going to be babies coming out of that nest. Hey, Miss Shirley. Glad you found me tonight. We've been busy. So we are just making a really cute arrangement with these daisies. And these little, what are these called? Forget-me-nots and daisies. This will be available at the craft show or in my Etsy shop, whichever goes first. I'm loving how this is turning out. What do y'all think about this? Super easy. Very pretty. One more. It's going to go right there. I'm just filling in the gaps right now with this. Thank you. All right. So y'all, tell us where you're watching from if you hadn't already. We'd love to know. If you're a first-time watcher, say hello. Let us know you're here. We'd love to welcome you. We have such a wonderful community here of caring individuals. We support each other, and it's just good to have you here. So I hope you'll feel comfortable enough to say hello. Ask any questions as we go. I love answering questions. And if you want to get notified when I go live, be sure to text the word live using your phone text the word live to 334-373-1443. And you will get on the notification list. And when I go live, you'll get a text message. And I am just filling in with this little boxwood because I don't want to see any of that foam in my design. I love the little Lazy Susans. I think I picked this one up at the Goodwill store, honestly. All right, so this one is done. I think I want one more piece of the I just want some of this leaf coming up right there. A little bit coming out right here. Just like that. All right, this one's done, y'all. Didn't it turn out pretty? Now, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of a bow with that. That one's too dainty. That one's too harsh. Let's see. What kind of a bow would I want to put on here? Do I see one? Y'all don't watch. Don't do as I do. Because you might fall. But I got it. I got this bow that I made for another project. And I think it will be perfect for this one. It's already on a stem. And it can be removable. I can just poke it right down in there. Perfect. I love it. All right, there's one. So we will set this one to the side. Now the next one we're going to do, it's going to be more rustic. I have some red, white, and blue. Yes. Huh. We might go with the blue-green on this one. We'll see. So the first thing I want to do, this is just another little container that I picked up at the Goodwill, y'all. Goodwill is a great place. Made a horse breast for your sister-in-law's horse. Nice! Hey, Miss Iris, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So next we're going to do red, white, and blue. And I need a little bit of this to add in. So I'm going to do some variegated ficus in this one. I think I'm going to do 2 stems of the variegated ficus. I love using ficus, especially in the spring and summer, don't y'all? And Walter is in here with me tonight. I don't know if y'all saw him walking around, but he is in here. He's not knowing what to think about it. Walter! Walter, where'd you go? So y'all, I am in the mood tonight for crafting. Do y'all ever get in the mood for creating? Because sometimes I'm just not in the mood. Sometimes I'll be in the mood and I'll make something so intensely for a while, and then I'm like, I need a break. I don't want to make anything. Do y'all ever get like that? I've been that way in the last week or two. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? What you doing, man? And tonight I feel like making. So, poor Walter. It's liable to be a late night here in the craft shop with Mama. It's liable to be a late one. A good filler plant. Yes, Miss Shirley, I agree. I agree with that. And when you're making for the economy, you want to use things that are beautiful and budget friendly at the same time. And I think this meets the bill. We're not going outside yet, Walter. No, come back over here. Come lay down in your bed, buddy. Okay. We may or may not use this piece. Got 3 pieces of the focal flower, and y'all, this one I'm making rustic. It's gonna match with our it's gonna coordinate with the wreath that I've got on behind me here, so that's gonna be pretty. So if somebody wanted a table sitter that coordinates with this patriotic wreath, it's going to be perfect. Dun, 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 dun. This one's got some glitter from somewhere on it. That's okay. I don't know if I like that. We'll see. We'll see if it makes the cut, y'all. We will see. Tanya, I'm not going to cover the gaps and cracks, because by the time we get finished adding all of what we're going to add in here, you're not going to see it. It is not going to be visible. Now, if I were doing a design where it would be visible, yes, I would cover it. Hey, Debbie. How was your day? I hope you had a good one. When you switch over to crochet, oh, Miss Shirley, I wish I had learned to crochet. My nanny tried to teach me crocheting. She tried her best to teach me how to crochet. And my fingers just would not. They would not cooperate. And she did some of the most beautiful crochet. She also tatted. Do y'all know what tatting is? So tatting, she used a little shuttle thing. It's kind of like the crochet, but the thread was so fine, and the needlework, just the designs were so intricate. It was absolutely gorgeous. And I have some of her work that she did. I have it framed and in my throughout the house. And I have a bedspread, y'all. I have a bedspread, a king size bedspread that she crocheted that is in what's called a pineapple pattern, I believe. It must have taken her a year or more to make that bedspread. It is absolutely gorgeous. And so I have it, and then I have a tablecloth. Now, as she got a little older and her eyesight failed, she would work on something for days, and then she would decide she didn't like the look of it, and she would unravel it all and start over. She made beautiful doilies and snowflakes, and she made the cutest, we called them doozies. She made the cutest little teddy bears for me and my brother, well, all her grandchildren. But for my brother and I called them doozies. And I still have our doozies. And, of course, now they're out of style. They're not something that the kids would play with, but they were so pretty. So fun. Good memories. Good memories. But I wish I had learned. And I've got her sewing box. I've got all of her knitting and crochet needle. I've got her tatting shuttle. But I don't know how to use it. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Hey, Lori, how are you? And then I've got a quilt that she made. And that's something I'm going to learn to do. I'm going to learn to make a quilt. One of these days I'm going to make a quilt. Now, my cousin, Linda, she makes quilts. I'm going to learn to do a quilt one day. But I've got a quilt that she made that's absolutely beautiful. But I think quilt making and crocheting, and I think that's it's becoming a lost art, isn't it? So let me tell you, when I was a teenager, this is how I learned to sew. I made my first dress. We went to the rec center. I'm going to date myself here. We went to the rec center, and they taught sewing classes. And my friend and I, we went to the rec center, and we took sewing lessons, and we each made an outfit. We made a skirt and a top. And you'd have thought that had come from one of New York's finest stores. We loved it. But we sat in there with those ladies, and they were like surprised that we were there because we were the youngest people there learning to sew. But that has carried over with me, and when I had my daughter, I made a few of her little dresses, and so your great-grandmother crocheted some of the doilies, Christmas trees. Oh, how pretty. Yep, my Christmas tree, I mean, I have a fancy tree, but I also have a tree that is full of handmade ornaments and things like that that have the crocheted snowflakes and ornaments and things that the kids have done over the years and all the things. Alright, I've got to fill this in now with a bunch of greenery. Bunches of green. I am going to bring this put it in up here. This is kind of a wildflowery design right here. And it needs a few other things. So let me get, hold on just a second. It needs this blue flower that I got in here. It needs a couple of these. And do I have one? I do not have one more. Oh man, I thought I might have one more of that other, but I don't. So, all right, I got what I need. Here I come. Come on, Walter. Come on back over here. So look at this. I don't know what this is. It is a cornflower. Isn't that pretty? Let's see where we can put it. Shirley's made blocks. Lap quilting. Nice. Putting the blocks together. Thought that's what this needs, but it's not. Maybe it'll work. I don't know, y'all. This is not speaking to me. I'm going to put them in clusters. So, get these picked off here. And we'll put these in little clusters. And then we're just going to trust the process. I think I know what else I want. But I do like that. Like, I do like the clusters. So, we're going to add one more. Yeah, I think the blue is really going to make it. Take the price off of them. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. Now, put some greeneries in there. And so I put that little piece of greenery right there. I'm going to put some more in here. Go all the way around. Hey, Miss Nancy, how are you? Oh, thank y'all. Y'all, sometimes, you know, you just got to kind of look at them for a minute, and then I look around my shop and I see what else would make this come together like I have wanted. And so then you just add, and then it just comes together. My son came in here a while ago. He and Jackson came in and they had been out fishing. And he's like, do you know where anything is? And how do you know what you've got in here? I'm like, oh, ye of little faith. I know where everything is in this craft shop. I know. And Jackson said, yes, it's organized chaos. I was like, that is so right, Jackson. But what about y'all? Don't y'all know, you know, you may have a cluttered craft room, but don't you pretty much know what's in it? If you're like me, you do. I pretty much can tell you what I've got, what box it's in, where it's at, when I bought it, what I was going to use it for. I need another little green. Miss Betty, hello. Mississippi in the house. Welcome. All right, I've got the greenery going in. Filling in around. And then these I'm going to leave long because I want them to poke in and come out through up in there. But Lizzie, you see how this is covering, and you're not going to see the foam. We are going to have it so full. There is no visible foam. Oh yeah, Danae knows what I'm talking about. There you go. All right, let me adjust some of this around. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, for a bow for this one, I was going to do the red, white, blue bow. They'll still think I am. And so, let's get our stuff out of the way. And then we will make a bow. And also, I could add a sign to it, but I don't want to. But if I had a patriotic sign, it would be really nice to put a patriotic sign on here. I keep trying to remind myself when I go to Walmart, I need another little pot of straight pins. And I can't ever remember to get them. I guess I'm going to have to go online and order me some and just have them delivered. All right, we've got our bow. And again, I'm going to put the bow on a stem, but I am not going to glue it in, because just as sure as I glue it in, somebody will come along and say, I sure do like that, but I wish you didn't have that bow. Well, guess what? I can take that bow right on out of there for you. Take it right out. So no Spanish moss. Nope, I didn't put any moss on it. If you want to, you certainly could go in and fill it in, but like I said, guys, it is so full. And I've got these little leaves left over. I'm going to put these in my bow. Oh, that's a pretty good stem. I may save that one. Oh, I said I wasn't going to glue it. Let me get that glue off of there. glue strings. I'm going to turn this one the other way. I turned it the wrong way. So I'm turning this under just to give it that finished feel. Yes. Now that turned out pretty. Even if I do say so myself. Very pretty. And if I wanted to, I could put another little piece of bow right back here since I don't have any on the back side. I'm just going to zip tie this to my stem. There you go. It's beautiful on all sides. Look at that. Perfect. All right. We will call this one done too. Get the glue strings off of it. Pull this down a little bit. If it's too upright, you can go in and pull everything down a little bit. There we go. All right. Let's see where we're going to put. I'm going to set this one right here. Yes. Now, the next one. I want to do something with this. So I had this little moss basket. That'll be pretty, won't it? So this little moss basket I filled with the gaps and cracks. And then because, well, I was going to say because we can, we'll put some moss in there, but I don't know where my moss is. And we got moss on top right there. So we ain't going to put none on there. But we're going to fill this one with this, y'all. Isn't that going to be pretty? I don't want it that tall, though. Therefore, I am going to have to break it apart. how I want this to go. I want this one to be kind of low. Kind of low to the ground. I gotta get one more because I think I only pulled 2. And I want 3 for this. I want 3. Let me get one more. I love this little moss pot, don't y'all? So this is a lot of fun going into this pot right here. Thank y'all. So the little moss pot. I did put some rocks in when I put the spray foam in it. Yeah. Now we're going to fill it in with stuff. Hey, Miss Carol, how are you? Good to see you in here. We are making some pretties. I think this will work. I am on a production line tonight. Miss Connie, I worked production for many years before I went into nursing. I say many years, about 6 years. Before I went into nursing, I did work on a production line. And honestly, I enjoyed it. So I worked at a Hanes hosiery plant. Little known fact, y'all. Hanes Hosiery, and where they made pantyhose. The pantyhose that you used to buy years and years ago that were shaped in the shape of a leg with a foot and everything in it. So I started out in the sewing department where you would take, no joke y'all, you would take a little cotton square and you would sew these two legs on it. So you would actually sew the crotch in, right? And you would do that. And you just sat there all day listening to the radio that they had going, and you would just pull two legs out of one bag, and you'd pull the cotton square out of another bag, and you'd put it on that machine and zoop it through. And when you come out, you'd have the undergarment put together, right? And then after a little bit of doing that, they were like, hey, we'd like you to come over to the boarding section. Now, y'all, the boarding section in this plant, that is where they would take, you'd take these pantyhose would, after we put the undergarment in them, then they would go to in these big bags, and they would go to the dyeing machines, and they would go in these big washers, and they would dye them the colors that they were supposed to be, right? And y'all, that beaded grass just made that, didn't it? So now that I can see down in there, and I don't want to see down in there. So let me see, what else can I put in this to fill it up. I'm going to put a little bit of pink. Oh, I hope to see you too, Carol. So yeah, so they put me on the pre-boarding machine. And so y'all, you would have to go and you'd get your bag of stockings, and they'd just be little wads of wet stockings, and you'd put them on this machine that was shaped like a foot. It was like these metal legs, and I had to get, I was too short to reach it, so I had to get up on these pallets, and get up on the pallets, and then they would come around, and you'd put the pantyhose on. You would stand like this, you'd pull one out, put the pantyhose on, you'd shape it up, you'd shape the foot, you'd do a dozen at a time, a rotation. And it would go into this big steaming machine. And it would steam the shape of the foot into those pantyhose. And that's all you did for 8 hours. Over and over and over. And I got pretty good at it. And there was this one lady, and they're like, nobody likes to work with Mary. You're the new kid on the block. You get to work with Mary. I'm like, okay. What's wrong with working with Mary? Well, I figured out what they had a problem with working with Mary. Because I got to know Mary. Mary was an older lady. She was raising her 2 grandchildren. And Mary worked. Mary worked from the time she came in. She got her stockings, and she worked because we were paid by productivity. So the more stockings that you did, the more pay you would get. And she was working because those babies needed food. Those babies needed clothes. And she said to me, when I came over there that day, she said, honey child, I works. And if you can't work, you need to let it go. Don't slow me down. I said, yes, ma'am, Miss Mary. I will not slow you down. And from that point on, it was a challenge to me to get as good as Miss Mary. And so I would watch her. I was watching her technique. I watched how she put the stockings on. I watched how she would take them off. And I got to where I could keep up with Miss Mary. And she called me Honey Child. Honey Child, you works with me anytime. I said, I told you, Miss Mary, I won't slow you down. And me and Miss Mary got to be really good friends. That was a good experience. But I wasn't going to slow her down. And y'all, look at that little pop of pink. What did that do for it? Ah, Margaret, you made one in your group tonight. It must be the night for it. Must be the night for it. But then, after a while of working and being good at it on that machine, they were like, hey, we want you to start teaching people. And that's where it really got fun, is they took me off of production because I was making too much. And they put me to teaching. And so then what I would do, as I was teaching, if I was doing, what I did is I would find people who were having a hard time making their productivity. And I'd just give them my dozens. Because they wasn't going to let me get over anymore. Because they're like, okay, well, we need you to teach instead because we don't want to pay you. Isn't that how it goes? And then, so I would give away my production to help the other girls. All right, I need one more little thing of greenery. That turned out so cute, y'all. This little basket would be so cute in a bathroom, in a kitchen, in my office. This one might find its way to my office. Okay. And I think this one's going to get this black and white ribbon. I hadn't used it yet. And not much of it. We're going to do a small bow on this one. Thank you, Miss Shirley. Right, we'll put this bow together. I think I'd rather it go on a shorter one. Let me get one that's not so long. So Tanya, the pop of pink does bring it out, doesn't it? So y'all don't be afraid to use colors, even though you got a color scheme going in your brain. Don't be afraid to try a different color on it, just to see what it'll do. want it to get right in there. I don't like the way that's standing right there. That bow's not making me happy up there. I like that. Now I just made a little pick out of my ribbon. Just like that. And there we have a beautiful little arrangement. I like that. So, y'all, let's see what we made tonight. We made 3, actually. And I could keep going, y'all. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 more containers made up. Oh, I was going to put something in this little baby right here. But I've kept y'all long enough. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Remember to text the word live to 334-373-1443 to join us when we go live in the evenings. And also, I will be at the Cotton Fair first weekend of May and at the farm at Rocky Top the 3rd weekend of May. And we'll have beautiful arrangements and beautiful florals. And we'd love to see you there. Don't forget, I've got a craft show masterclass coming up the last weekend of May. We got lots going on in May, y'all. So we will see you next time. We'll be going live again tonight. Not tonight. Another night this week. So, y'all, get on the text notifications and come join me. The yellow is your favorite. This one, me too, Jennifer. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Y'all have a great rest of your week, and we will talk again soon. Good night, everybody.